Welcome back to the channel, everybody. So I'm guessing you're here because you want to know my thoughts and opinions of the new Celebrity Ascent, right? Well, you've come to the right place. So with that said, this is a follow-up to my initial review of the Celebrity Ascent. I sailed on her 1 week after the inaugural sailing and posted a review which you can find on the link down below. Since that sailing, I sailed on her at the end of January, and these are my updated thoughts. With that said, let's jump right into it, but first. Now that the intro's rolled, we can officially begin. So this sailing was the exact same itinerary as before, so I did not disembark the ship this time. This review will encompass these four main topics: food, service, entertainment, and, well, of course, the ship. Most people go on a cruise for the food, so let's start out there. I'll cover the following venues on board the Celebrity Ascent: the Ocean View Cafe, the main dining rooms, the rooftop garden grill, and, well, fine cut steakhouse. Alright, let's start out with the Ocean View Cafe. Upon embarking on the ship, I was one of the first people to actually have been on board. Having been through this routine before, a quick tip: on Celebrity, be sure to head right to your stateroom and drop off any carry-on items that you don't want to carry around the ship with you. While you won't be able to occupy your cabin, you can actually always drop those things off and go and explore, or in my case, well, go and eat. And that's what I did. The buffet had everything on display, fresh, hot, bubbly, and untouched. One thing that was consistent was the food in the Ocean View Cafe. The creamed spinach was always so good. The braised beef short ribs just fall apart tender, and the steamed veggies, well, perfectly cooked. The hash browns always crispy, the bacon always, well, soggy. I didn't say it was always good, I just said always consistent. The Ocean View Cafe has different themes each day, from Mexican, Italian, to English, and, well, seafood. There are definitely no shortage of choices in the Ocean View Cafe. You are guaranteed to always find something that you'll probably like. If you have dietary restrictions, there are also many options for you to choose from, if you're vegan, vegetarian, or more. Also, don't forget to make your way to the very aft of the Ocean View Cafe, which is where you'll find the pizza station. All the pizzas are constantly being made fresh throughout the day and late into the night. No frozen pizza here. Everything hand-tossed and so very good. It's a perfect late-night snack after you've gone out for the night and had your fun. In addition to the pizza station, you'll find the Secondo El Bacchio, which is essentially the coffee and bar at the very entrance of the Ocean View Cafe. Just adjacent to that is the gelato station, where you can pick from a variety of daily gelato flavors. Next up, the main dining rooms. On the Edge class of ships, there are 4 main dining rooms. You've got Tuscan, Cosmopolitan, Cyprus, and Normandy. All offer the same main dining menu, and each have their own signature appetizers, mains, and desserts. The signature items remain the same throughout the cruise, however the main dining options change daily. If your party can't decide where to eat, it's alright, don't fret. You always have the option of ordering any dishes from any of the main dining rooms. On my previous voyage, there were some issues with the breadsticks and the escargot, however, with the exception of one day this time, the breadsticks were so much better. Super crunchy and fresh versus last time being soggy and stale. The escargot was always loaded with garlic in the butter this time and piping hot, while last time it was as though there was basically a garlic shortage and was just snails sitting in unsalted butter. Each day you'll get a variety of dips and butter for your bread basket. If you forced me to pick my 2 favorite starters and entrees, it would be the wild mushroom soup and, well, of course, escargot, followed by the prime rib and mushroom risotto. I can't really speak much about the desserts, as I was always, well, usually, too full for dessert, but can say that the couple that I did have, the mille-feuille or Napoleon and carrot cake, were both excellent. Okay, moving on to specialty dining. On this voyage, I had to go back to the rooftop garden grill, well, because it was just so good last time. I decided to try a couple different items from the menu on this voyage. To start, I had to have the dry rub chicken wings, which were absolutely fantastic. Again. The rub that they use has such good flavor, and they're cooked to order, so they come out piping hot. The wings themselves, very tender, and just overall a really good flavor. In addition to the wings, I also tried the watermelon feta salad. This salad was a great combination of flavors and textures. The tartness and the creaminess of the feta paired really well with the sweetness and crunchiness of the watermelon. There were pine nuts in the salad, but honestly, they kind of got lost with all the other crunchy textures. Overall, though, a really nice, refreshing salad. For the entree, I decided to go with the filet mignon, and this was the one entree that I was actually a bit disappointed with. It tasted good, but the tenderness was just not there. Usually filet is the most tender piece of steak you can have, but this one seemed a bit on the tough side for some reason. Not exactly sure why, as it was cooked to my perfection, or to my taste rather, medium rare. I had the smoked mac and cheese and the baked potato, and the mac and cheese was actually some of the best I've ever had in my entire life. It had such great smoky flavor and was hot and creamy. The baked potato was nice, cooked perfectly and accompanied with all the fixins. And for dessert, I had the apple cherry pie. This was actually a miss for me. It just didn't taste great. Albeit I'm not a big pie fan, but this was just lackluster to me. The other specialty dining that I chose was Fine Cut Steakhouse, as I'd not been here before. This meal was absolutely fantastic. I started with the lobster salad. This was another unique dish. Lobster with different citrus fruits and melons, again a really nice combination of flavors, with a creamy Dijon mustard dressing. Really a nicely balanced fresh salad. Following that, I had the Caesar salad. All I can say, well, it's a Caesar salad. Nothing special really. It had some caviar in it, but honestly the caviar got lost with all the other flavors and textures of the salad. For the entree, I had, well, of course, the steak. That's what you get when you go to a steakhouse, right? Well, this one was a 59-day dry-aged ribeye, and when I tell you the flavor of this meat was beefy, I mean it was beefy. A really intense flavor from the steak being dry-aged so long, topped with a truffle butter. Just a really great steak overall. It had high quality, perfectly cooked, very tender, and amazing flavor. Accompanying the steak, I had some creamed spinach, mushrooms, and again, well, yes, another baked potato with all the fixins. All of the side dishes were really nice, hot in temperature, great in flavor. For dessert here, I had the sundae, and this was enough for 3 people. This thing was massive. 3 scoops of ice cream topped with chocolate sauce, chocolate shavings, sliced nuts, and whipped cream along with a cookie. Just so good. Cannot go wrong with a sundae, right? Overall, the food on board the Celebrity Ascent is just, well, top notch. Is there really any reason to dine in specialty dining versus the main dining rooms? I don't think so. The reason I say that is because the quality and taste of the food in the main dining room overall is very good. If you want to have a special evening or celebrate a special event, then for sure, there are several options for you to pick from to enjoy a unique and extravagant evening. But otherwise, it's just really not necessary. When you go on cruises, do you like to try specialty dining? Leave a comment down below and let me know. When I think about how I want to judge the food on Celebrity Ascent, was it perfect? No. Was it nearly perfect? Absolutely. And for that, I'm giving the food on my second go around on the Ascent 4.8 ship points. All right, on to our next topic, the service. One thing that sets Celebrity apart from other cruise lines is, well, their phenomenal service. Every single person I encountered was so friendly and just genuinely happy to be there. My waiter Varsha at Cosmopolitan was fantastic. She was on top of everything. While I was too full to eat dessert, she was actually kind enough to bring it to me to go so I could enjoy it later in my room. Ruben from the Rooftop Garden Grill, well, he remembered me from my last trip on the Ascent over a month ago. Each time I saw him at the Ocean View Cafe, he greeted me by name. That's just going above and beyond and, well, really adding a special touch. Of course, when I dined at the Rooftop Garden Grill, he had to be my waiter and was just as good as he was the first time. So friendly, so accommodating. Even the head chef remembered me from last time and came back to check on my meal to make sure it was up to my satisfaction. My stateroom attendant Benny was fantastic as well. He too always addressing me as Mr. Corey and, well, with a smile. The activity hosts were so inclusive and fun, from Flory to David to the activities manager Kate. Everyone was so much fun to hang out with. They're also personable and genuinely want to talk to you and get to know you. In the casino, Renee is the host. When I did have interactions with Renee though, she was always so friendly and happy. Her accent also just puts a smile on your face. You'll know what I'm talking about when you encounter her. For this service, I'm giving this 5 out of 5 ship horns. Alright, next up, entertainment. I have to say, entertainment on the Celebrity Ascent is simply the best in the Celebrity fleet. Now, I've only been on 3 different Celebrity ships, but I'm just putting that out there that, in my opinion, it is by default the best. I'm sure a lot of it has to do with the shows themselves, just very well thought out and actually had substance. Another reason I say this is the talent. The cast of singers and dancers are some of the best I've ever seen, heard, on land or sea. I'm assuming this was done intentionally since the ship is brand new. They want to handpick the best of the best, although I could be wrong. Unfortunately, that cast is no longer on the ship as you're watching this. They've just finished their contract. With that said, take a listen to some of them. First up, Johnny Sanders. This first clip is from the show Awaken, which unfortunately was not put on during my sailing due to a staffing and technical issue. His voice is so versatile with a large range, and his runs and his riffs just spot on. Take a listen.
I don't regret a thing. Every word I've said, you know I'll always be. It is the word to me that you are in my life. But I want to live and not just survive. I can't love you in the dark. It feels like we're oceans apart. There is so much space between us. Maybe we're already defeated. 'Cause everything changed me.
All right, next up, Bettina. She's from Venezuela with a beautiful voice. Her singing Celine Dion was just so on point. Take a listen.
All by myself, don't wanna be all by myself anymore.
See some other clips here in the background. The show Bridges was the first production show that was put on, basically utilizing bridges from around the world as a backdrop to songs from those various regions. This show was better than I first thought it was going to be. The songs were a great selection and popular in nature. The choreography was also very well done. It was just a great use of the magnificent and massive LED screen. The other production show that was put on for us is called Residency. Now this show is basically showcasing singers and groups who have held residencies in Las Vegas, from Bruno Mars and Celine Dion to U2 and Bon Jovi. All of the production shows on the Ascent are absolutely fantastic. The one show that I saw in the club was called Smoke and Ivories. This show is very well done. A very lively and energetic show with a piano showcased on the stage along with a chandelier. This show had a great use of projection mapping, which can only be found, well, on the Celebrity Ascent. Great singing and dancing in this show. My advice for this show is to get in line 30 minutes prior to the show starting and go to the upper level and get a seat right against the glass. This way that you'll have the best perspective to see everything that's going on. There is singing and dancing all around you throughout the show, so pay attention. As for the guest entertainment, although it wasn't quite as good as it was the first go-around, there were definitely some highlights. The first guest singer that we had was Nakenji. Her music, while decent, just was missing something. It's almost as though the stage was just too big for her, and I don't know if it was her power or something else, it just seemed off. Her voice a bit nasally. I can't really put my finger on it, but just something was missing from her act. The next guest act that we had was Monique Marvet. She was pretty funny. Not knee-slapping funny or bursting out into laughter, but she definitely had me smiling a lot and laughing quite a bit. While comedy can be very subjective, I did think that she did a good job making her comedy relatable to most people. Up next was Magical Bones. This guy was very entertaining. He's basically an incredible dancer who can do illusions. Unfortunately, some of his illusions I've seen done before by other magicians, which makes the originality aspect of the show lacking. Albeit I still don't know how many of the tricks were done, having seen them before was just a slight letdown. Nonetheless, he was quite good at what he does. Alright, the final guest act, Andrew Derbyshire. This man is a one-man production show. So incredibly entertaining, he's just so fun to watch. Take a look at a few of his clips from his acts.
You're all fast asleep. What's going on? Come on. This lovely here private jet. I'm getting thousands to be here. At least pretend you love me. I love you, baby. When I'm more than I thought I could be. I'm not dreams or a heartbeat away. And the answers are all up to me. And give me one moment in time when I'm racing with destiny. And then in that one moment of time, I will feel, come on, I feel, will
Unfortunately, his Nana passed away recently, and you can tell that the bond that they had was stronger than any bond you can have with another human being. His tributes to her were just so touching and emotional. He was actually called back for a second show since the production show Awaken was canceled. Andrew also made an appearance at the Shine the Night party on the pool deck, which was a lot of fun. Just did not draw a lot of participation. Only about a quarter of the pool deck was occupied by guests for this party. Had there been more participation, I think it would have been a much more fun event. Regarding Andrew, though, if he's on any of your sailings, do not miss his show. You won't be disappointed, I guarantee it. For the entertainment, I'm giving this 4.5 ship points. Alright, on to the final topic. But before I start, if you're enjoying this content, please consider hitting that subscribe button down below, with the notification bell on. I try to keep my content as honest as I can. I basically tell it like it is and don't sugarcoat anything. Have you been on the Ascent? What was your favorite part? Leave a comment below. Alright, now for the main event. Well, the ship. That's why you're all here, right? On my last sailing, we did have some issues with the ship. My room key had to be replaced 3 times, and then ultimately they had to reset the locking mechanism on the door. The creaking in the cabin while sailing, I think had to do with the window and the ship movement. But the bathroom and the door were very loud while opening. The elevators did not have really good airflow and feeling very stuffy, and my safe wasn't working properly. Albeit very minor teething issues, I guess, they were still, well, minor annoyances. So, what's been fixed? What's still off? Well, I'm happy to say that the elevator temperature seems to have been controlled better now. One tip though regarding the elevators, on the floor selections, well, they're on a screen, which does make them very touch sensitive, and sensitive they are. So be sure not to lean on them or you'll be stopping at every floor. On this sailing, I had no issues with my room key, nor any issues with the safe. Unfortunately though, the ship still did make creaking noises while in motion. It does seem to be coming from the windows, but again, I'm not entirely sure. My bathroom door, however, was silent, which was awesome. The ship being brand new really has no other, flaws. It's basically perfect. It's beautifully designed and appointed. The lighting at night on the pool deck is just beautiful. Be sure to get your photo op with Ocho the octopus, as he is the mascot of the ship. Overall, this ship and everything about it, from the staff to the entertainment to the food, are just top notch. There's really very little that is not a positive when it comes to the Celebrity Ascent. Celebrity hit the ball out of the park on this ship. I'm excited to see the next iteration of the Edge class with Excel. So that's going to wrap it up, guys. I'm interested what your favorite cruise ship is that you've been on. Leave a comment below. Again, if you like what you see here, be sure to smash that thumbs up button down below and give the channel a sub. My next series will be from the sister brand on Royal Caribbean's Oasis of the Seas, so be sure to look out for those videos starting in just a couple weeks upon my return. I appreciate all of you stopping by to check out my content. That's going to do it for now. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.